with another YouTube made me buy it video. I love these videos because a lot of you guys say that I inspire you to buy products. I also get inspired to buy products that other YouTubers recommend. So I'm going to share with you a bunch of products that I purchased and YouTube made me buy it, and I'll let you know if I regret the purchase, if I liked the product, and if I can remember whose video it was that I saw these in, then I will make sure that I mention that. Some of them I've had for a while, so I can't quite remember who was the one that recommended it in their video. But let's get started with the Nivea Sensitive Post Shave Balm. Now, I believe it was Nikki Tutorials that first started this big craze. That is not who I saw it from. I saw, oh gosh, I can't even remember. There was probably 5 or 6 YouTubers that were all buying these, and I thought, well, you know, I'll give it a go. It's pretty inexpensive. You get this big old glass jar here. You get 3.3 fluid ounces. I depot it in these little Target containers. It's just so much easier. Now, this is the sensitive formula. It does have a little bit of a cologne scent to it, but I find that it doesn't like linger very long. The thing I love about this is it's actually a little bit tacky, so I feel like my foundation adheres to it really nicely. I'm glad that I purchased it. It's gonna last you a really long time. So most primers are about 1 fluid ounce. This is 3.3, so it's 3 times what you would normally get in any other primer. And some people don't like it because of the scent. It doesn't really bother me at all. I think it smells good. And like I said, it doesn't linger. You don't smell it on your face. But I really like this. I'm glad I bought it, and I continue to use it. All right, let's move into some foundations. The first is the Dior Air Flash. I'm really trying to remember who I heard talk about this. I want to say it was Tarte from Glam Life Guru. This is okay. There's a lot of products still left. I don't really love it. You're not going to really want to spray it all over your face like this. It just is going to get in your hair, your brows. It's kind of a mess. So basically, you shake it up, spray it onto your brush, or spray it onto like a little palette, and then dip your brush or beauty blender and apply. So the application of it really doesn't bother me. I just find it gets really, really oily on me very quickly. Shade 300, which is a great shade when I am self-tanning, but I find within probably 3 or 4 hours, I'm quite shiny, and it just doesn't hold up for me very well. I think that when I initially put it on, the way that it looks on my skin is beautiful. I love the way it looks on my skin, but right about that 3, 4, 5 hour mark, it starts breaking down, it gets really shiny, it gets very oily. So for me, this was like a no-go, and I don't have particularly oily skin. I do have a slightly oily T-zone, but for the most part, I'm pretty normal. I know that Tati likes this, and she has oily skin, so maybe if I used a mattifying primer, it might work better, but this one was kind of a product I actually regret buying because I just don't ever reach for it because it doesn't last that long on my skin. So YouTube made me buy this, and I just don't ever really use it. The next is another foundation. This is a newer one. This is the Sonia Kashuk Soft Focus Satin Matte. I heard Kassie talk about this. It's Blondie on YouTube, and I really like it. You can get it at Target. It is, I want to say it was like $12 or $13. I got mine in the shade 03 Cream, which is a really good match. I like it. It lasts nicely throughout the day. It looks nice on the skin. It doesn't settle into pores, fine lines. It doesn't cling to peach fuzz on your face. So I really like this one. I like the jar. It's a really pretty like black frosted jar, and then it ombres too, so you can see the color at the bottom, and it does have a pump. So this I actually really enjoy, and I've used it probably about 5 or 6 times, and I really, really like it. So thank you, Kassie, for such a wonderful recommendation, because I do really enjoy this. All right, the next, I don't even know who I heard first talk about this, but the Tarte Shape Tape. All over YouTube, it's a big old craze. First it was the Pro Longwear from MAC, and then it was the Urban Decay Naked, and now this is the latest. When I first got it, I was obsessed with it, but the more that I use it, the more I'm kind of like, about it, which is really weird because I was like hardcore ride or die for this for the first month or 2 that I used it. Now that I've been using it for probably 4 or 5 months, I'm just kind of like, about it. Like I like it, but I don't know if I like it as much as I did when I first got it. I don't know, I can't quite put my finger on it. It's almost like it's a little bit heavy. So when I first started using it, I mean, I slapped this all over my face because I saw in YouTube videos, everybody's just like huge, big old triangle under your eyes, down your nose. But when I started doing that, I found that like it's almost too heavy, and it just looked cakey on me. Does that make sense? And I've tried different powders over it. It just is a little bit too heavy for me. It's very pigmented. It is a good concealer, but I find the more that I'm using it, I'm less impressed with it. Does that make sense? It's kind of disappointing. I still like it though, and I'll probably still use it, and when I run out, I'll probably continue to buy it. But I'm starting to think like maybe I like the formula of the Urban Decay Naked and the Pro Longwear a little bit better because it is a thinner formula, but still very pigmented. This one, I'm just wondering if it's a little bit too heavy for me. So I have mixed feelings about this one, but YouTube did not make me buy this coffee though. I did that all on my own. Next are these Smashbox contour sticks. I'm pretty sure it was Jaclyn Hill that I first saw mention these, not to say that the people that I say I first saw were the first people to mention it. It's just me personally who I first saw mention it. And I'm pretty sure it was Jaclyn Hill. It comes with a contour, a highlight, and a bronze. I don't use the bronze. I don't know if I've ever used the bronze. It's just a kind of warmer brown color. And then I do like the highlight, just mainly I go down the center of my nose. I have to be a little bit tanner though for it to be a brightening color. If I'm pretty fair, this doesn't really work for me. But the contour I use every day, mainly just to contour my nose. And you can see it's a little bit cooler toned color. The reason I like these is there are certain contour sticks that I feel like when you blend them out, they're almost like this oily feeling, and I don't like that. These are just very creamy, and to me they're a lot more like a concealer consistency. So they just blend really nicely and seamless into the skin. I don't find that they get cakey or oily or greasy looking. So I really like these. I wish you could buy them separately though, because the bronze one I just don't really get use out of. I mean, I guess I could, as summer comes along, do a little cream bronzer around the perimeter of my face. And I wish that the highlight shade maybe came in like a very fair shade, this shade here, and then maybe like a little bit darker. But other than that, I still really like it. I just wish there was a little bit more variety. Next is the Anastasia Glow Kits. I bought so many of these. I think I have 3 or 4. This one is the That Glow. You can see it there, it's really pretty. I mean, these are gorgeous, gorgeous highlight kits. This one is the Gleam. But do you see I've hardly used them? I think they're really pretty. I just find I don't reach for them. And they come out with new palettes all the time. The Nikki Guerrero one just came out. The Moonchild one looks beautiful. But I just can't bring myself to buy anymore because I just don't ever use them. I just find that I have so many other highlights that I really, really love that pack a punch, that are super beautiful. I think these are really pretty. I just honestly don't reach for the bronzy one. This golden bronze, I'm never gonna use that. So I find that I can't use all of the shades in the palette because they don't all work for my skin tone. And I just find that I forget to reach for them. Not to say they're not great products. I just don't, they're just not what I reach for. Lately I've been reaching for this really inexpensive one from Revolution Beauty that's gorgeous and extremely pigmented and works great for my skin tone. And this is less than $10, and they do buy one, get one 50% off, or buy 2, get the 3rd free. So I just find I'm reaching for stuff like this over my Anastasia Glow Kits. So they're beautiful. I slightly regret buying them only because I really never ever reached for them. And I don't remember who got me on these because everybody and their mom talks about them. But yeah, YouTube definitely made me buy a bunch of these, and they're 40 bucks each, and I literally have maybe used each of them 5 times or so. So that one, YouTube made me buy for sure. Next are the House of Lashes Iconic. It's what is on my lashes right now. These I first heard, pretty sure Jaclyn Hill talk about Iconics. I know Desi Perkins talks about them a lot too. They're gorgeous. They just came out with the Iconic Lights, which I also really, really love. If these are just a little bit too dramatic for you, highly recommend these. I think they're fantastic. So I'm very happy with this referral purchase because it is really good. These lashes are fantastic. So these are the Iconics. Again, there's the Iconic Lights. I just have been really liking House of lashes lately. All right, the next, I can't not mention these. The STELLA, you guys are probably so sick of hearing about these. The STELLA Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow. These have been all over YouTube. It's a huge YouTube craze. They're sold out in most stores. A little bit difficult to get your hands on, but they're really great. I love these. When I want to do a sparkly glittery eye, this is what I reach for because it's just so easy. You don't have to pull out glitter and glitter glue, and you still get that really sparkly metallic glittery look to your eye. I find they're really easy to work with whether you are a beginner or advanced, and the color range is really pretty. That one I put on my hand was Kitten Karma. I feel like this is such a pretty everyday glam look. Smoldering Satin, I did a tutorial using this. These were also in my monthly favorites. They're just really beautiful, really easy to use, and highly recommend these. And I'm so glad that there was such a hype on YouTube, because that's what pushed me to buy them, and I own almost every color now because I love them so much. All right, the next, this was definitely, I heard about this from Tarte, Glam Life Guru. It is the Tom Ford Eye Defining Pen. Now, what's really funny is I bought this probably 2 months ago, completely forgot that I bought it. I wanted to do like, is it worth the hype? I've been using it for the past week and I'm so obsessed. You guys know I love my e.l.f. liner and I love my Wet n Wild liner. Those two are like my ride or die. I didn't think anything could be better than them. They're also very inexpensive. This is really good. It is really good. I understand why she loves it. There are two sides. There's like this really tiny side on this end, and then over here you have a little bit longer. This glides on your eyes so easily. It makes making a wing liner like effortless, because if you've watched my videos, you hear me complain frequently about liquid liners not having like the tip wet. Like, I hate when you try to do a winged liner and the tip of the liquid liner is dried out and you have to keep shaking it and then try to go in, and like all the product is kind of in the base of it. I hate that. It's like my biggest pet peeve with liquid liners. This one, the whole thing is saturated. I feel like the whole thing has an even fluid movement to it. There's no patchiness, there's no skipping. It just glides on like effortlessly. And you know how sometimes when you're doing liquid eyeliner and you like go over your like lash line or you go over your lid, and sometimes it kind of like skips or it like bleeds or it like doesn't go smoothly. Do you know what I mean? You're trying to get like that smooth line, and sometimes it's like not necessarily jaggedy, and it's not that you don't have a steady hand, it's just that the product kind of like bleeds, or maybe there's like a fuzz or something on your on the liquid eyeliner, and so then you're like constantly trying to smooth it out and make it a smooth line, and it just ends up getting thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker. This, you don't have that problem. It literally just, and it's so easy. So I get the hype, highly recommend it. It is expensive. I think it's like $50, which is insane for a liner, but gosh, I'm sold. I am so sold on this. I think it's wonderful. All right, the next is the Colossal Big Shot Volume Express. Obsessed with this. So obsessed. Of course, I saw it on YouTube because Manny MUA and Shayla were in a commercial, or they were like the YouTuber promoters for this. I freaking love this so much. It reminds me so much of my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which you guys know is like my holy grail. This, I could do like one eye with this one and one eye with the Too Faced Better Than Sex, and I can't tell the difference. So in my opinion, this is a dupe for that. I love this so much. This is just the regular black. I didn't get waterproof or anything. I love this. Yes, thank you YouTube, because this is amazing. The last two things are lip products. This is the basically Bite Beauty. I probably wouldn't have tried much of their products if it weren't for YouTube. This is their multi-stick gelato. I can't remember who I heard talk about this, but I just figured I'd mention Bite Beauty in general because I've heard a lot of people on YouTube talk about Bite Beauty. Let's be honest, I'm not a super fan of the regular lipsticks. I feel like they just don't stay on my lips. I feel like they kind of move and they sit on top of my lips. They don't really ever like melt into my lips. I feel like they sit on top of my lips and they kind of just like go everywhere. So I have a few of the lipsticks. I don't reach for them very often because I just don't like the way that they sit on my lips. So this is their multi-stick in gelato. Like I said, it's what's on my lips right now. I like these. It has a little bit more, I don't know, it's almost like a little bit more tack or dryness to it. This is meant for your cheeks or your lips. I find that this like melts into my lips so much nicer, and I don't have that like feeling that my lipstick's gonna end up all over my face, if that makes sense. I'm sure it does. But I really like the multi-stick, and I like their long, the crayons, like the matte crayons. I really like that. The regular lipsticks, I'm not a huge fan of. I have a couple and I just never use them. But the multi-sticks, I definitely recommend. I can't remember who I heard talk about this, but that's whoever I heard it from is the reason I bought it. The last thing is these Lancome, what are they called? It doesn't say, but this is in Lavender Patina. These are like their metallic lip glosses. A lot of people got these in PR. I was watching everyone swatches of them and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give those a go. I'm not a huge fan of like super metallic lips, but I do have like the Jouer, oh I should have mentioned that, but I don't know where it's at. The Jouer Skinny Dip Lip Topper that I bought because of everybody on YouTube. This is another one, it's kind of one of those lip toppers. I do have that on my lips today. And this one is in the shade Lavender Patina. I bought a few shades of these. It has a nice doe foot wand. It is a little bit more of a kind of goopy gloss, but it's really meant, in my opinion, to kind of just go in the center of your lips and add like a little bit of dimension to your lips. You can put this all over as a lip gloss as well, but it's just a really pretty lavender color. And so I bought this because I saw everybody on YouTube talking about it and I wanted to give it a go. And I do really like it. And I love this combination, which is obviously what is on my lips right now. So those are my YouTube made me buy it products. I'm sure I have many, many more to do, many more videos, but this is just what I pulled out for today. So I'd love to know what your YouTube made me buy it products are. Leave them in the comments down below. Give me like five products that you bought recently that were inspired by people on YouTube. I would love to know because I'm curious at what you guys buy. If you've tried any of these, what are your thoughts? Have you liked them? Do you not like them? Do you think they're overhyped? Let me know in the comments down below. If you are new, please hit that subscribe. I always wanted to give you guys thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. And yeah, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!